This is Waxwork number 1 and it's Reanimator. The artwork was done by ghoulish Gary Pullen, which I love his work anyway, but just look at that front cover, man. It's absolutely stunning. The back cover is fairly straightforward, to be honest. The heart monitor across the bottom's a nice touch, and then you've got that old school Waxwork logo, which is a belter, to be honest. This is the repress, so this is the pressing I got, which, just look at that disc, man. Absolutely stunning. The centre labels are proper sick as well, to be honest. And then you get liner notes as well from Stuart Gordon, who directed the film, and then Richard Band, who composed the film as well. So for the label's first release, they've absolutely knocked it out the park, to be honest. But yeah, Reanimator. This is Waxwork number 3, and it's George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. The album artwork is by Jay Shaw. Now, I absolutely love this release, but I've got to say that artwork doesn't do too much for me, really. I think they could have done a little bit more with this. The back cover is fairly straightforward, not much to it. The gatefold is quality though. You've just got your classic images, which they've picked out some great images from the film as well. And then you get this print, which is the newspaper from the film, which again, it's just quality. Great little touch, that. And then the variant is like a clear marble red, which is just quality, really. But this is my favourite Romero film, but this is probably my most listened to score as well. I think the score is absolutely genius. But yeah, George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. This is Waxwork number 4, and it's Creepshow. The artwork was done by ghoulish Gary Pullen, which his artwork's incredible anyway, but this release is just next level. He absolutely smashed this one. You've got that front cover, which is absolutely stunning. Then you've got that back cover, which is great. The gatefold though, yeah, smashed it. But then, come on, that is so good. And then you also get nice little 12 by 12 print of the creep, which again, just so good. And then you've got, this is the variant I've got, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure what this is called. The score is by John Harrison, and it's a great score, to be honest, but the attention to detail on this release is just, it's next level, to be honest. Yeah, Waxwork absolutely killed this one. Creepshow. This is Waxwork number 6, and it's Trick or Treat. The artwork is by Francesco Francavilla, which I absolutely butchered that. There's no way I didn't. But yeah, he's absolutely smashed this artwork. I think he's pretty well known for his comic book illustrations, but yeah, he's absolutely killed it, to be honest. So that's your front cover. And then you've got your back cover, which again, that's just stunning. And then your gatefold, which, yeah, sick. But then you get this poster as well, which, that is stunning, mate. He's absolutely smashed that. But yeah, the release itself, this is picture discs, which usually they sound like shite, really, don't they? But I've got 2 from Waxwork, and they both sound spot on, and the artwork they've put on both of them is sick as well, because obviously you've got the lollipop and then bitten into, which is sick. And then of course you've got side C, Masked Sam, and then side D, Unmasked Sam. I love this score though. This is up there with Day of the Dead for the most playtime for me. It's an incredible score, and yeah, great release. Trick or Treat. This is Waxwork number 10, and it's The Warriors. The artwork is by Dave Raposa, which I've got to say, I'm not massively familiar with any of his other work, really, or the name doesn't ring a bell anyway, but I absolutely love what he's done with this release, to be honest. That front cover is sick, but I absolutely love this back cover. It's so simple, but to go with the DJ is such a good shout. And then you've got this gatefold, which, proper sick gatefold, that. And then you've got little 12 by 12 of, well, just a still from the film, but that's sick. a bunch of credits on the back. But these discs, man, this is the variant I was after as well, so I was very happy to see this pop up on Discogs. Got that. I love the off colour of the centre labels as well. It looks proper 70s. And then you've got this, and then look at that centre label. That's absolutely perfect. But yeah, I was very happy to add this one to the collection. It's a proper banger of a soundtrack, like. But yeah, the Warriors. This is Waxwork number 11, and it's Chud. The artwork is by Ghoulish Gary, which I just love that colour scheme that he's done with the pinks and purples and like the neon yellow. They just work so well together. And then back cover, fairly straightforward. But this gatefold though, he absolutely kills a gatefold. Like I say, that colour scheme just works so well together. And then this is the variant I've got, which I think it's like a ooze variant or something it was called. The centre labels are cool though, because you've got the sewer cover and then going down into the sewer, so that's sick. And then you also get an interview with the director, Douglas Cheek, which, yeah, proper sick release. I do think the score to this is better than the film though. I do like Chud, but yeah, I do think the score is better, like. But yeah, this is a sick release, and Waxwork have absolutely smashed it. Chud. This is Waxwork number 13, and it's Friday the 13th. The artwork was done by Jay Shaw, which I actually do really like that cover. I just don't think it says Friday the 13th. Like, it doesn't really fit the mood of the film. But as a piece of artwork, I actually do really like that. Then you've got that back cover, which I think that back cover is sick. I really like that. It's very simple, obviously. It's just the trees and the water with the title. But yeah, I think that really works, to be honest. And then you've got that gatefold, which, again, I really like that gatefold as well, to be honest. Then you get this, which that doesn't work for me. That style of artwork, it's not for me, that one. Not for everyone, of course, but yeah, it doesn't hit it for me, that. And then this is the variant I've got, which I think it's one of the most recent represses, to be honest. And I only ended up grabbing this because I just picked up more than I initially wanted, so I might as well pick up the rest of the releases. But yeah, you definitely don't need to pick up all 8 Friday the 13th unless you're a massive Friday the 13th fan, because the scores don't change too much. There's subtle differences, but yeah, man, I don't think you need 8 releases personally. Like I say, unless you're a hardcore Friday fan, then fill your boots, obviously. But yeah, it's a 6 score, and it's a really nice release as well. Friday the 13th. This is Waxwork 13.2, and it's Friday the 13th Part 2. The album artwork is by Rich Kelly, which I haven't really heard of him, to be honest, but I absolutely love that front cover. I think it's so sick. And then you've got that back cover, which is absolutely iconic. But this gatefold, man, that's a sick gatefold, that. And then you get a little 12x12 print of the front cover, which is sick. And then this is the variant I've got, which is a first pressing, which, look at that splatter, absolutely glorious. And then that centre label is the little piercing through the bed, which is a nice little touch. But I picked this up back when eBay was good, and I paid like £7 for it or something stupid like that. And I picked it up literally just to throw the front cover behind the Sideshow release of Sackhead Jason. And eventually picked up a turntable, and this made its way on. So yeah, but that was a quality £7 spend, to be honest. That's one of my better eBay finds, definitely. Yeah, Friday the 13th Part 2. This is Waxwork 13.3, and it's Friday the 13th Part 3. The album artwork is by Ghoulish Gary, which, I mean, this album artwork's a joke. Firstly, that lenticular cover, I don't know if this is going to pick it up. I'll try my best, like. Hopefully that's doing something. maybe, probably not though. And then you've got that back cover, which that back cover's stunning as well. That's like the perfect back cover for me. I absolutely love that. And then you've got this gatefold, which, come on, that gatefold is ridiculous. I love the film cell border as well. That's a nice little touch, that. And then, as if the album artwork's not good enough, you get that beauty, which, just look at that, it's outrageous. You've got that, and then that centre label, which is just the eye, which is pretty cool. And then you've got this, which I think the second disc is better. You get more of like the blood splatter through it, but you've got that centre label, and then you've got the bloody eye as well. So yeah, this is an absolutely incredible release, really. But yeah, my favourite Friday the 13th changes almost daily. But today I'll say it's part 3. It's always between part 3 and part 8. But today, yeah, I'll go with part 3. This was the one I had on most when I was growing up. I watched this so much. And I love the disco theme as well. That disco intro is just, it's my favourite piece of music from Friday the 13th. So this was a must. And then the packaging and the variant being that good, it's like, it's the easiest pick up I'll ever grab, I think. But yeah, Friday the 13th part 3. This is Waxwork 13.5 and it's Friday the 13th part 5. The album artwork is done by Matt Ryan Tobin, which I love his work. It's so dark, man. Yeah, sick front cover. And then you've got that back, which, again, the colour scheme of this is great, to be honest. And then you've got this gatefold, which, look at that. That's a gatefold. Absolutely stunning. And then this is the variant, which this is the most recent repress. Again, this is definitely one I just picked up just to fill the set, because like I say, I'm going to grab the rest just because I've come this far. But yeah, this isn't a bad score. It's sound. I didn't used to like part 5 though, for obvious reasons. Obviously everyone's got the same reason to not like part 5, but if you don't spit your dummy out and you just watch it as a Friday the 13th film, it's a proper banger. Like, it's a really good Friday the 13th. Yeah, so once I got over that twist, I rewatched it a few years ago, not recently, like. And yeah, I proper love this. This is a really fun one. But yeah, sick release, and that variant's just stunning. So yeah, Friday the 13th part 5. This is Waxwork 13.6 and it's Friday the 13th part 6. The artwork is by Ghoulish Gary, which, again, it's just outrageous, isn't it? That front cover's stunning. It's quite clever as well, obviously the lightning strike making the mask. It's such a clever approach to that front cover. Then you've got that, which is, yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then this gatefold as well. That gatefold's so nice. That's a great scene as well, that where the camper van tips. So good. And then this is the variant I ended up with, which, sick. And you've got that James Bond centre label, which part 6 is just proper fun. They just don't take it seriously whatsoever. And then you've got that centre label, and then you've got that from the paintball scene, which, again, like I say, part 6 is probably the most fun Friday the 13th. But yeah, this was a pick up on eBay for a decent price, and I wasn't sure what variant I was getting either, because he didn't list it. So yeah, this was a proper result getting this one, because that variant's just stunning. But yeah, Friday the 13th part 6. This is Waxwork 13.8 and it's Friday the 13th part 8. The artwork is by Anthony Petrie, which he absolutely went in. As far as packaging goes, this is the nicest release Waxwork have done. It's obscene how many Easter eggs are actually on this. That's the front cover. And then you've got, that's the dust jacket, which is so sick. And then you've got that back cover, which obviously that's all the Subway fonts. You've got the little I Heart New York Jason mask sticker on the Subway. the mask on the map, which is sick. And then this gatefold though, that's absolutely outrageous. That's my favourite look of Jason though. I absolutely love like soggy Jason. He's just, I don't know how he stays wet for like 90% of that film. It makes no sense, but yeah, absolutely stunning. And then you've got this dust jacket, which you've got that side which you've seen, which is unreal. And then you've got the New York skyline with the hockey mask looking over it, which is a nice little take on the poster. And then you've got skyline center label and the I Heart New York hockey mask sticker, which is great. I love that like swampy green as well. That's perfect colour scheme for this release. And then you've got the hockey mask like train lines map, which is sick. And then soggy Jason, which is my favourite look of Jason. So yeah, everything about this release is an absolute 10 out of 10. Love that hot pink vinyl as well. It's so sick, just so 80s. But yeah, if you're after a Friday the 13th that doesn't sound like the rest of them as well, this is a good option as well, which I've only just noticed. Okay, yeah, Fred Moen. Yeah, I wasn't aware that wasn't Harry Manfredini, so that makes sense why it does sound so different. But this is a great option. I'd say you need this and one of your other Friday the 13th, and then you're good to go with that, really. But yeah, Friday the 13th Part 8. This is Waxwork number 19, and it's Salem's Lot. The artwork is by Francesco Francavilla, which he couldn't have went much more iconic than this, really. That window tapping scene is terrifying. And then to include Mr. Barlow as well, like, that's a perfect front cover, that. And then you've got the back cover, which has got the track listings, which I think there's like 36 tracks on this release. It's mad. And then this is the gatefold, which, I mean, just look at that. It's just absolutely stunning. He's absolutely killed that. And then get onto these discs as well. I think that was the Barlow Cloak variant, I think it was called. But I just absolutely love that. I mean, obviously it matters what's on the disc and that, obviously, because this is a great score, but when a record has got this much attention to detail and it looks this good, how can you not grab this? It's absolutely stunning. Yeah, and then you've got Mr. Barlow's house as well. But yeah, this is your classic vampire score. It's exactly what you'd expect a vampire film to sound like, really. It's a great release, and this is my favourite Stephen King adaptation as well. I think Salem's Lot's an absolute masterpiece. So this was a no-brainer for me anyway, but like I say, when it looks this good, even if you think Salem's Lot's just fine, you need to pick this release up. It's glorious. But yeah, Salem's Lot. This is Waxwork number 20, and it's Evil Dead 2. The artwork is by Phantom City Creative, which I just love the layout of that. It's aesthetically perfect. Obviously, you've got the Necronomicon in the roots of the trees leading up to the cabin, but you've got the trees framing the cabin perfectly. Yeah, that's an absolutely stunning release. And then back cover is pretty solid too. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? And then this is the gatefold, which just cabin and the cross. It's just perfect, isn't it? Absolutely sound. And then you've got, this is the variant I got, which there's I think it's called the Henrietta variant, which is well better. And if I like this score more, which I don't love this score, to be honest, it's okay, but if I liked it more, I would pick up the Henrietta variant, because it's similar to the Barlow Club variant. It's that kind of swell, and the Warriors as well. And it's just stunning. It's such a good variant, but I don't need to double dip on this. And then obviously the second center label is the tape player, which is just sick. But yeah, like I say, I don't love this score. It's okay. But yeah, stunning release. Evil Dead 2. This is Waxwork number 22, and it's My Bloody Valentine. The artwork is by Ghoulish Gary Pullen, which, yeah, that front cover, Harry Warden, you can't go wrong with that, can you? And then you've got this back cover, which I love that back cover. I do prefer that, to be honest. And then you've got this gatefold, newspaper clippings, which is quality, to be honest. And then you've gone with Blood Red for the records, which is, yeah, it's a no-brainer, that. Then you've got My Bloody Valentine for that centre label. But this one, which I've only just clocked this, but that centre label, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that's the washing machine kill, which, that is so good. And then this dust jacket is notes from the director, notes from the composer, so it's like liner notes, which, that's sick. And then we've got second disc, Blood Red, obviously, My Bloody Valentine, the same centre label, and then you've got the real heart in the box of chocolates, which, yeah, that's sound as well. And then the second dust jacket is Harry Warden, and then the box of chocolates with blood coming from them. So yeah, proper sick release. But I love My Bloody Valentine. It's like top 5 slashers for me. And the score is quite interesting as well. I love the score as well. So yeah, My Bloody Valentine. This is Waxwork number 25, and it's Krampus. The artwork is done by Phantom City Creative, which, yeah, I really like that front cover. It's sick. The back cover, yeah, it's fairly straightforward, to be honest. There's not much happening, but it's nice enough. But this gatefold's cool. It's just all the snowmen lined up outside, which I love that scene in Krampus, to be honest. And then these liner notes are proper cool, because that's the poem that the Nan says. And then you've got all the orchestra who worked on it named, which, that's a nice touch. That I do like that. And then you've got a nice Christmassy hype sticker. And then this is the second picture disc I've got off Waxwork, and like I say, they both sound spot on. I've had no issues with Trick or Treat or this one. So yeah, proper creepy artwork as well. You've got them two dudes, and then you have that guy and that guy. But I love the score to Krampus, to be honest. It's as Christmassy as Home Alone, really. It goes on in December constantly for me. But Michael Dougherty and Douglas Pipes worked together on Trick or Treat, and they absolutely nailed the Halloween festive season, and they just absolutely smash it. So yeah, this is a great release, to be honest. This is one you should pick up. Yeah, Krampus. This is Waxwork number 26, and it's Black Christmas. The artwork is by Ghoulish Gary Pullen. Now, I know I have mentioned numerous times how much I love his work, but this cover specifically is like, that's probably my favourite piece of work he's done. I just love the use of black. The fact you can only see one of Billy's eyes is a nice little nod to that scene in the film. And then you've got the light from the star shining down on the house in the shape of a Christmas tree. It's just so clever, man. He's such a good artist. And then the back cover is just Black Christmas, your phone, bit of blood, and Christmas baubles. So yeah, nice and simple, does the job. But this gatefold, like, absolute nightmare fuel. Always terrifying when you just see Billy's eye through the crack of the door. Genuinely scary, that. And then this is the variant, so it's like a clear with like red and green swirl, which I'm not sure if the mock-up looked like this. I don't know if this is what it was meant to look like. It's sick, I'm happy enough with it, like. But yeah, I'm not sure this was exactly how it was mocked up. But that doesn't ask me, really. You've got that Black Christmas centre label, and then the second one is the phone, which, again, just nice little touch in it. Sick. But Black Christmas is an absolute masterpiece. The score itself is terrifying as well, because it's just the carol singers and the phone calls, and it just escalates, obviously, because them phone calls do get rough, and it's just such an unsettling score. Like, it's not a nice listen whatsoever. I forgot what it was like and threw it on while my daughter was in the room. I think she was only like 5 at the time or something. So yeah, that got turned off pretty quickly. But yeah, I absolutely love Black Christmas. It's my favourite Christmas horror film, but it's my favourite slasher as well. It's genuinely terrifying at times. Still very effective. and then that ending as well where she's screaming at the bottom of the stairs, like, and then you can hear the floorboards creaking and him giggling like a child. It's absolutely horrifying. And then it pans up to the loft as well, like, that ending's so bleak, like nothing gets solved because he's still in the house, she's still dead in the loft, and our fella hasn't found her. Like, everything about that ending is completely bleak. It's absolutely incredible. I can't say enough good things about Black Christmas. Yeah, perfect film. This is Waxwork number 27, and it's John Carpenter's The Thing. The artwork is done by Phantom City Creative, which that cover's so simple, but it's so good, man. Just the infection spreading through the art, like that's great. The back cover, yeah, man, it's nice. But this gatefold, though, look at that. That is absolutely stunning. And then I think this poster kind of sums up Phantom City Creative for me, because there is no way that should work as well as it does. Like 80% of that is just a white sheet of paper, and yet somehow that is absolutely stunning. And I don't know how they do it. Like, their simplicity is genius. Yeah, I love Phantom City Creative. And then this is the variant I got, which is the blood sample variant. This was the first time it was repressed, and I was so happy because this was a score I was chasing. This was kind of my grail, to be honest. So to be able to add this for a normal price was great. And then you've got a Petri dish as the centre label on the back, which is so good. Works really well, specifically with this variant, with it being the blood sample variant, like. But yeah, for me, The Thing is Carpenter's masterpiece. I absolutely adore The Thing. The tension he gets in them scenes in the first 45 minutes is absolutely incredible. And when it starts to pay off, because of the tension he's got in them, you are just right there in his hand. And then when it does start to pay off, you start to see the effects work. And I mean, for me, it's untouched. It'll never be top for me personally. And to think Rob Bottin was like 21 or 22 years of age, to be pulling that off at that age it's absolutely outrageous, to be honest. And then you've got the score itself, which is Ennio Morricone, which that's mad that Carpenter hands that over. But when you listen to it, you can tell Carpenter's like holding his hand through it, or he's directing him or whatever, because it's more of a Carpenter score than an Ennio Morricone score. But still, it works so well. It accompanies the film perfectly because it's got such a bleak sound. It's full atmosphere. It's almost like paranoia running through the record. It captures the sound of the film perfectly, which Ennio Morricone is an absolute master, so he's not going to miss. But yeah, I absolutely adore The Thing. I think, like I said, it's Carpenter's masterpiece. Right, I am going to call that there because that's like roughly half my Waxwork collection, so it will be a two-parter. But yeah, that was proper fun to just go through and fully appreciate all the artwork and variants and stuff, because you don't really do that with your record collection. So that was proper sick. Like, if you enjoyed the video and you wouldn't mind subscribing or sharing the video around even, that would be massively helpful with it being a new channel. As the channel grows, I will be getting a bit more creative with it, but obviously first video in, I figured a collection video was a nice easy in, really. So yeah, nice one for checking the video out, and see you next time.